This is Nerd News Cafe. Stir it up with Matt, Landon, and Justin.
Get ready to stir it up. It is 32? Question mark? I don't even know.
Like me, because I can't remember my numbers.
I knew it, and then when we got here, I'm just like, nope, I don't know. But you know what? It's still Labor Day weekend for us. Woo!
Not for you, the listener, though. So
Not for you guys. Sucks to be you.
Matt's cracking into a cold seltzer water.
That's right, baby. I was trying to make it a beer. Thanks for not leaning into the skit.
I thought it was funnier to out you.
It was. It was funnier to make me look like an absolute moron. And now that we have done that in a successful Thursday show, let's go ahead and do our plug. No,
It's been a good one, guys.
I hope you enjoyed it. It's information you already knew.
Yeah.
So this is Matt.
Oh, sorry. I mean, this is Justin.
And I, for one, welcome our new cute Star Wars overlords. My name is Landon.
Oh, don't get me started.
His Agent
See,
Orange is already
Poking
kicked
the
up.
bear.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I might do it in full Duke Nukem voice today.
Wait, that's your Duke Nukem? I thought you were constipated Han Solo.
Jeez.
Chewie, we're home.
See, I told you. Same
That
thing.
is true, man. You called that right on the nose. That's later year. That's Harrison Ford shaky business. Crystal Skull, Harrison Ford.
Blade Runner 2049, which is coming out the end.
Get out of my house.
I'm
I'll
pretty
see
excited.
that. I want to see that in theaters. That's
Yeah.
another IMAX.
That would be a good IMAX one.
That's a perfect one you can stick Inhumans on for people to miss.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they can make it after the credits so I can really just get up and forget about it.
I was just thinking, as we were talking about Harrison Ford, I was like, man,
We're always talking about Fordcast.
it's been a long time since we've done the Fordcast. I'm glad to bring it back up. Like, we
ran out of funding.
Well, maybe. We didn't have the corporate backing we needed to really support the Fordcast.
Or his permission.
Or his permission. We don't need his permission. He's gonna.
We did have a restraining order.
He's going to fly a plane right into my house because he lands planes
Not on
wherever
purpose,
he wants
though.
to.
Not on
Oh,
purpose.
God.
No, he does it That's exactly what he intends to do. Landing on golf courses, of course.
You know when this is a real far callback, but when they said he crashed that plane and he was fine when he got out or whatever,
Yeah.
very few bruises. I always think of like every, video game thing. You know, when something explodes behind him in the slow walk or whatever. I just feel like Harrison Ford's life is that. Like something like he just gets out of a plane as it crashes, he just jumps out at the last moment and just slow walks away from its hulking mass of fire and oil and smoke.
He's pretty cool. He's a pretty
He's
cool
absolutely
dude.
cool.
Pretty cool dude.
He's a national treasure.
I've heard he's kind of a jerk, but
That's actually
still,
what National Treasure 3 is about.
Harrison Ford.
They go find Harrison Ford. He's
Whoa,
lost.
we have to watch out. He was in Air Force One. Oh.
That was Nick Cage.
Holy
That was
crap.
great. That was a really
Thank
good
you.
Nick Cage.
Thank you, Mr. Cage.
That's my Nick Cage. Nick Cage micro impression. Oh,
Wah, ha, ha, ha. That's everybody's Nick Cage.
I would love to combine all of Harrison Ford's movies and have somebody try to sort them out.
well, I'm not sure what you mean. Where are you going with that? Like,
I don't
you want
know.
it to be like one.
He just
one
like he said he's on
conglomeration?
Air Force One, and I said he's a national treasure. And then I was like, maybe we could throw in Indiana Jones because that was his previous career, and he used the clues from Indiana Jones to find him. But he's the president.
Oh, I see.
And,
I see what you're saying.
But he's definitely in
Cage is
clear
like
and present danger.
Oh,
So-
I see. I got you.
Just can we
Tracing him through because he's
Yeah.
been. It's like he's been.
Oh, it's
everyone,
forever.
everywhere, all throughout.
And
history.
like
he's
the-
like the Doctor.
Yeah, and you kind of transverse through time. Oh, you could use the Doctor, and you could go to like Star Wars time
Yeah.
to kind of talk to maybe an ancestor, and then past that is Blade Runner.
So Nick Cage is going to have to hook up with the Doctor in order to travel through time to uncover all the mysteries of
Matt
Harrison
Horvath on
Ford's
all these ideas.
life. So at some point, Nick Cage just go, "Oh, it's bigger on the inside." That's the TARDIS.
I want to say he would say that for a lot of things.
Okay.
Well, you know, I guess I just really wanted to get shot in the eye. So I heard
I could eat a peach for days.
we were talking about this yesterday. So apparently,
I can only do country accent.
in the movie The Season of the Witch, Nick Cage really wanted to take a crossbow bolt to the eye, and they wouldn't do it. Like he wanted that to be part of the movie. Well, they wouldn't do it. So one of the biggest reasons that he was in the movie Drive Angry was because they promised they would shoot him in the eye. he's like, oh, well, sign me up.
I'm in.
So they did.
Yeah,
They
I
shot him in
can
the
only
eye.
do Con Air and one side of Face Off Nick Cage because he always has that country accent. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the only ones I
that
can
terrible country
do.
accent.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick
Put
Cage.
the bunny back in the box. That's the
He
only
was
one.
doing like a bad Elvis impression.
he
that
was.
whole
It was.
movie.
It was awful, but it was still a good movie.
It's a good movie.
So, now Nick Cage talk is done, and Fordcast has been yet again promoted.
coming back.
Landon, is there any idols from your childhood you would like to promote?
No, not in a positive light.
Okay.
Promote in a negative light? I don't
If
know
he
how
was
that
going to
works.
do a podcast, it'd be like the Macho Man cast.
I would do that every
I
day.
am actually wearing my Macho Man Randy Savage.
I would do that
See?
every day with you, Landon.
Called it.
I would do an entire podcast in his voice for fun. Just let you know that's out there.
I would like to do that, but as somebody who has been told he has a pretty decent Macho Man impression, it's really hard on the throat to do a good Macho Man impression.
It
Not
really
only-
is.
It shreds the throat.
It's kind of like being a heavy metal singer all the time. I don't know how those guys don't blow out their vocal cords every concert. It's crazy.
There's actually like voice trainers for
that
heavy
teach
metal.
them to scream.
Mm-hmm. It's like, you got to open up your vocals, man.
I've actually watched a couple videos on it.
Is Keanu Reeves a vocal coach?
No. That would be a cool. Yet again, Maui Brink. I just want to tell you, this is how you scream. Wild Stallion.
Yeah, I was going to say, I used to be in a band called Wild Stallion.
That's how they get there.
Yeah,
Yeah, because every other band has been decimated,
there you go.
and that's their name, Decimator.
So actually, Nick Cage could travel with Bill and Ted
Cool.
to uncover the.
He,
Yeah,
you nailed it. You got
Okay,
it.
that'd be better.
You snagged him in. Yeah, because Keanu Reeves is the 7 pounds of bacon.
Who are we pitching this to?
Anybody.
The
I don't-
world.
I guess Fox, because if Inhumans can get a freaking show, we can get this on there.
We could pitch it to Sony. They seem like they're
oh
looking
yeah,
for things.
they're full of terrible ideas.
Yeah, we would fit right in.
Sony, where your dreams come true, whether anyone accepts them.
Sony. Yeah, we got a paycheck. Why?
Sony, money that's disposable.
They use all their console gaming money to put bad movies in theaters.
Oh my God, do you think the guy that was in Grandma's Boy runs Sony?
Are you talking about freaking Nick Swardson?
No, not Nick Swartzen. The kid. Because he had horrible ideas. Like he spent all his money on terrible things, and it's like that's what somebody with money at a young age would do.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what Sony is.
He's in
They're like a
charge.
kid grown up, and they have a trust fund now, and it's terrible for them.
And there's funding.
No
bad
offense to
ideas.
trust fund people.
No, they suck because they never had to do anything. They're spoiled. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know
I
anybody
have
who's
no.
living
I don't
on
know
trust
anyone
funds.
trust fund people.
If you
There's
have
probably a
trust fund
reason.
money, please send it to us.
Oh, yeah.
We need sponsors,
You
and
people-
we will endorse your bad ideas.
Again, you probably went to go see Inhumans in IMAX. We are
went
willing
to see it, paid for it.
We are willing to take your sponsorship dollars, and we'll change the name, like sponsored by, and then your name.
I will recant.
Absolutely.
It'll be like Noah's Arcade and Wayne's World.
Absolute. Oh yeah, he's total sphinxer boy. I will recant everything I said about Inhumans if Inhumans sponsors us.
Absolutely. We will sell out so fast, it'll make your head
I will
spin.
wear the wig. I will wear the Medusa wig, and I will tell you everything it's doing while I'm talking. It's like, oh, it's working the mind.
Can I play Black Bolt in the?
Matt will legally change his name to Lockjaw Weaver.
I will.
I'll be Black Bolt in the podcast, which means I'm not allowed to speak.
It
When
means
you
you don't
speak,
say
you
anything.
He just
Damn it, I should-
screams into the mic, and the show's over.
It should end. Every episode would end with like, Justin, you have anything to say? And then it just ends because
Yeah,
I
he
ended the
did.
podcast
He
by
killed us.
speaking.
He killed
Or a
us.
big old explosion noise.
So now that we have all this fun, you guys are kind of like, what's happening? Where's my comics?
Where's the show?
Well, guess what?
Do we have a
Where's
show?
the show?
No comics this week
None.
because
There will be none.
because
no
Justin
echoes.
was so angered with what he wants to talk about. He just can't fathom another world beyond the one he's already
I
living
can't
in.
imagine happiness right now. And comic books bring me happiness. And no,
He couldn't even read.
No, I couldn't.
But-
I've never been able to read.
But we discussed it, and we're going to reward you guys with the extravaganza of Secret Empire.
Yeah.
Next week.
We're gonna go heavy.
Next Thursday, we're
Yeah.
going to go nuts of bananas.
All
Banana
three
nut.
issues we have not covered here on Nerd News Cafe will be talked about. And we'll wrap up Secret Empire because it's over, and apparently Marvel gave away its ending before it was
It's
even
so,
in stores.
so bizarre. I have no idea why, but before anyone could even read it, they spoiled the ending. And I don't know. I just wonder.
I know people like that.
I wonder if it was because, Landon, you had talked about you were kind of getting tired of the you were ready for it to wrap up, and I almost wonder if it's because they felt like the interest was dropping off, and they're like, well, we know it's wrapping up. Let's tell people how it ends, and maybe that'll bring them back. I don't know.
That's a possibility, but at the same time, that kind of feels like you'd be cutting off your nose to spite your face. Be like, yeah, interest might be waning, but why would you give away your big reveal at the end? Because I would imagine that might be one of the few things that kept the people who read it issue to issue coming back is the big payoff of how are they going to get out of this? I mean, I have not seen the spoilers, so please do not spoil it for me. I'm not going to. And that goes for the listeners too, but be sure to follow me, twitter.com/Landaus. But I don't know. It's like I kind of felt like if they'd had told me, like, psst, this is how it ends, I wouldn't I wouldn't have gone back. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, we won't spoil it for you. Finish up your reading, and then we'll come back and talk about
Vader
it.
is Luke's father. Sorry.
He was dead the whole time.
Oh, damn it. Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's one of the greenest people.
Rosebud is a sled. What other things can we spoil?
Ernest P. Worrell was Kaiser Soze. Know what I mean, Bern?
Know what I mean, Bern? Oh, Ernest, I miss him.
Yeah, it's too bad Jim Varney passed. I love that man.
I always wanted to meet Jim Varney. He was one of my, as a kid, I was like, there was Bozo I wanted to meet because I wanted to be on that show. And then I had that cup.
Remember the Bozo show.
I had that cup game. Let me tell you.
The grand prize game?
Man, I practiced every morning. That's a side story for
I'm
another
pretty sure
time.
they filmed that in Chicago, by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
I watched WGN all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But
the Super Station.
Wait, no, is that TBS?
That's TBS. You're right.
WGN had the weird news that no one really cared about.
Yeah, it was showing Chicago news to like some ding dong in East Tennessee. It's like I just want to watch the Cubs.
Yeah, I just want to watch the Bears.
Bears.
But yeah, but I wanted to meet Jim Varney. I thought he was the coolest. I was like, man, that guy was awesome. Yeah. And then I heard how of a nice guy he was. That makes it even worse.
My old host actually was friends with Jim Varney, so he used to tell Ernest stories that I'm like, I am so jealous of you.
Absolutely.
I just figure he would be a pretty cool dude to talk to.
I heard he was a really nice guy.
Very cool.
Yeah. Heard he was a really nice guy.
Very charitable, too. Damn it, now I really miss Jim
I'm
Varney.
kind of depressed now.
Well, it's not going to get any better.
Well,
wait, before we go down that hole, I think we should do Hot and Streamy first.
Absolutely.
We got a new month,
Absolutely.
new lineup on Netflix, and so Landon's going to tell us all about what we should be watching when we finish Defenders.
Yep. For some of us who haven't finished Defenders, it's time for you to hit my Peter Frampton talk box hot and streamy effect.
Hot and streamy.
You did do it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, sweet. Appreciate it, buddy. All right. By the time you hear this, Season 3 of Narcos will have debuted on Netflix, as will Season 4 of The Blacklist, if you're a fan of that show. September 8th, Season 4 of BoJack Horseman drops on Netflix. That is the Netflix original animated show starring Will Arnett. Really funny stuff. Staying with the Netflix original on September 9th, Season 7 of Portlandia drops. Not exactly my hashtag jams, but I know a lot of people out there are fans of Portlandia. I don't know if either one of you are.
I love it.
I've seen random shows. They make me laugh.
Me. That's one of the ones that I watch with the family, and we are big Portlandia fans. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, Season 7 drops on the 9th of this month, so just a couple days for you.
My birthday.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Netflix got that for you for your birthday.
Thanks, Netflix.
Yeah, they're cool like that. Speaking of, not cool, on the 22nd of September, new episodes of Fuller House drops.
Everywhere you go, the show follows you and
It
annoys
really does,
you.
yes. And I have watched way too much of Fuller House just by osmosis because my girlfriend likes that, and we shared a TV at the time, and oh God, it is as bad as you think.
Yeah.
And speaking of bad, on September 21st, Season 3 of Gotham drops on Netflix, so you can continue to ignore that show. And to wrap up the television on Netflix, this is something that really hits at my childhood. The Magic School Bus Rides Again Season 1 drops September 29th.
Interesting. A reboot of the Magic School Bus.
Yeah, so like I said, I grew up on those books and the cartoons. I think on PBS, so I'm definitely going to give it a shot, just because I am a big giant man baby.
Hold on, before you move to movies.
No, I'm moving. No.
No, I think it came on like an hour or two before Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, it was sometime
Yeah.
in that neighborhood. But I have quick reactions to several things you said. First of all, BoJack Horseman, not my hashtag jams.
I think they're
not a
okay. I
fan.
think they're funny, but I'm kind of up and down. on them.
I have tried. That's one of those I've tried a few times. I just can't get into it. I don't know what it is. It's not my thing.
You can't believe it's a real man with a horse.
I don't believe it. That's the thing. I cannot. I've never.
You
heard
can't
it.
suspend disbelief?
Listen. While Mr. Ed, I totally got. I
Yeah.
got it. BoJack Horseman, not so much. You put a robe on a horse. I don't get it. Which is funny because it's
But
more
boots
likely.
on a duck,
it's
you
more likely.
accept.
It's more likely that a horse would wear a robe rather than talk. Anyway,
And sound like Will Arnett.
yeah. I like Will Arnett. I just
Oh, maybe.
I love Will Arnett.
Is it throwing off your Batman? Batdar?
Batdar.
Yeah.
No.
Because it's Batman.
He's not doing the Bat voice.
But
BoJack
it's still the
Horseman
same
doesn't.
one?
It is the same guy, but
Yeah.
it doesn't sound. That's like saying hearing Christian Bale reminds me of Batman, and I guess sometimes it,
It
does.
does.
Sometimes, not the Bat voice though. Anyway,
When he wears hockey pants, it does.
yeah. But I do really like Portlandia. But I wanted to touch on Fuller House because this is something I was thinking about the other day. I was actually thinking about Matt and I were talking about Punisher Warzone. Mm-hmm. And that movie is a movie that I don't think ever got the credit that it deserved for being what it was supposed to be. It's a movie that really was made for Punisher fans.
Straight up Punisher. It's one of my favorites.
It was not made for anyone but Punisher fans, but it got dogged by critics because they didn't get it. It's
hard sell.
It's something that we've talked about with other movies too, and I know I bring it up all the time, but I think the World of Warcraft movie is a good example of this. It was made for people who are fans of that game. And so while you can enjoy it from the outside, for people like me and Landon who have the background in World of Warcraft, we go into it and there's a lot of, like, we hear the little Murloc sound when they're crossing a bridge and we're like, oh, that's cute. It's fan service, right? And there's a time and place for fan service if it's done well. And I feel like it's unfair that movies are held up to, but it has to be appealing to the broader audience. That was Nick Cage.
You gotta do it to the broader audience.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me back. You gotta make it to the broader audience because that's the only one I can do.
But I don't think that's true. We shouldn't expect that a movie that's made based on a franchise that people are fans of, Assassin's Creed, for example, was made for wide release. It wasn't. It was made for the fans. So Punisher Warzone is an example of that. Now, as I say all the good things about that, Full House, the Fuller House reboot is nothing but fan service, and it sucks. It's annoying.
I feel like it's too many characters.
There's nothing new. It's all like, hey, remember how much we liked all this old stuff? Let's have Uncle Jesse come in and sing Forever again. Good God. Really?
Land of the lowest common
Hey,
denominator.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Uncle Jesse.
I do too, but
Have mercy.
they
mercy.
they literally forced
Dave
that
Coulier
into
makes
the
me
episode.
sad though. I mean, we know
What,
that
the actor himself or the character?
just both.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then, Bob Saget, he definitely hasn't hurt, and even his name was iconic for being a cuss word from a couple of YouTube viral videos. Yes. But and then John Stamos, it's John Stamos.
Yeah.
He is who he is. But Dave Coulier, what has he done? He's just known as the weird puppet guy on that show.
He was
Yeah,
Fozzie Bear.
that is not something you want to be pigeonholed as. The weird
yeah,
puppet
exactly.
guy.
Who saw? Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're Jeff Dunham. That
Well,
works
yeah,
for
unless
him.
you're Jeff. I wish he could have joined forces
Well, it's kind of like
or been in opposition.
It's like Muppet movies. Like, you've got to have Fozzie because
True.
I mean, you would
No,
miss
no, no.
you would miss Fozzie if he wasn't there.
Again.
But when you think of the Muppets, you think of Kermit and Piggy, right?
I think I know what you're saying with this show, and I feel like they should have done movies. Like they should have done Fuller House the movie, and then they could have done more movies that were long episodes, more or less.
I don't know.
So you're not smashed with all these oddball characters that no one cares about anymore.
I grew up with Full House, and it's
I did
just
too.
not my thing.
I did too. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'd rather have a Family Matters extension.
Family Matters.
Just the movie,
Family
though.
Rematters.
Yeah, and
Family Matters
It
again.
really Family Matters. I say some of those are dead though, and Julia Wise like never again.
Yeah.
But I don't want to step by step. I'm trying to think of all the
You got
TGIF,
Girl Meets World.
which I did not watch. I probably should have, but I didn't. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I didn't even watch Fuller House. Like I saw like 2 episodes. I was like, oh, these are all the same people they have from the thing. Oh, cool. Okay, done. And then I watched Defenders.
Let's just reboot all of the TGIF shows.
Let's do it.
Do you know what? If they
What
would
about
do
Hanging
it-
with Mr. Cooper?
Oh
And
my
Sister
gosh!
Sister.
What's his name?
Of Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Sister already has a show.
Yeah, it does.
I can't remember what theirs is called, but it's like about them being twins and stuff like that. And then they had kids. It wasn't a bad show. It's not my #jams, but it's not a bad show. Hanging with Mr. Cooper, the guy who played Cooper would love to have that career opportunity. I promise you. I have yet to see him in anything.
While we are talking on TGIF shows, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead a little bit. On September 29th on Hulu, the complete series of Get Ready, Family Matters, Full House, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Perfect Strangers, Step by Step, and The Women of Brewster's Place all drop on Hulu. So you can relive your sexless Friday nights when you're a teen.
All I need to know is the complete set of Charmed on there?
No. Or it might be, but
It is definitely sexless then.
Didn't get it.
Sorry.
All right, we derailed it long enough. Let's talk about what movies are coming.
Yeah, on Netflix, it is a Sharkapalooza because they have, once again, Jaws has been re-released back into the waters. You can watch what I call the best movie ever made in Jaws. You can also then not watch his sequels, Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws: The Revenge. And that was the one where the shark somehow hunted down Brody's wife and went after Brody's wife.
Yeah.
You see
Really?
him, you see him looking through the yellow pages and like he's like, oh, right here.
He's on Shark Google just trying to figure out where they've been.
Called Bill and Ted.
Like I love the Jaws movies, but everything past one is just hilariously bad.
He was really phoning it in.
Also hilariously bad, staying in the shark realm, Deep Blue Sea. So you can watch Sam Jackson get eaten by a shark and then listen to LL Cool J rap about how his hat is like a shark's fin.
Yep.
Also, already on Netflix by the time you hear this, Disney's Mulan and Hercules is available, as is Gangs of New York, Gone Baby Gone, Pulp Fiction, Requiem for a Dream, and for some reason, like 9,000 Shaquille O'Neal Presents All-Star Comedy Jams. That's all available now on Netflix. Yeah. Is it great?
Well, I feel like all those movies you could watch one and then like, oh, I need to go to sleep, and you just put on the Shaquille O'Neal thing, and instantaneously you pass out.
That's terrible, Matt.
That's terrible. Hey, look, that's Charles Barkley.
Yeah,
though.
you're going into
How do I do Shaquille? Hey, I was on Charles Barkley, and he said that you didn't like my comedy jam. He don't like your comedy jam. He don't like my. It's almost the same voice, except I just stretch my mouth out when I do it.
All right, well, while we figure out the difference between all of our Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley impressions, going back to making puppets work for you on September 12th, Jeff Dunham, Relative Disaster drops on Netflix. So you can watch something that might actually be funny if you went to the Shaquille O'Neal stuff and got disappointed. September 14th, Disney's Pocahontas drops. A lot of Disney stuff is coming out, kind of surprising, just based on
finishing out the contract.
Yep, that's probably it exactly. I'm trying to see if there's any other movies for the rest of the month of note. Not on Netflix. Looks like on, I believe this is Amazon Prime. Dumb and Dumber is available. Scarface, Tron, Austin Powers, the first one. Assassin's Creed drops on the 23rd of September, so that might be of interest to a certain exactly your #jam. Also, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is going to be dropped. Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, I feel like that's one of those movies that kind of gets overlooked. That's going to be dropping. I believe it's already available on Amazon Prime. And I believe that's it. So, Hot and Streamy is over. Jay, tell us what's pissing you off. How's that for a segue?
BoJack Horseman. No.
I would like to interject with one thing that Hot and Streamy may want to include in its repertoire. Evidently, Assassin's Creed Origins has decided that Monster Drink is the drink of choice when you're playing Origins, baby.
Of course it is.
And do you know
it's extreme.
Why? It's extreme. And you know why you need to go extreme? Because you get a little code when you drink their 24-ounce cans. If you're still in conscious land, you can get in-game cash, animals, world resources, or even things for crafting. And there are 4 exclusive weapons that you won't find in normal play. So let me tell you, you need to hit that up. Get hammered. Just kidding.
It's interesting that you said there are 4 weapons that you cannot otherwise get in the game unless you use these Monster Energy promos, right?
Exactly. That's what it says. Exclusive. It's a Dust Spider sword, Blunt Face Breaker, the Scepter of, I am going to butcher this name, Thati, or the Rainbow, a Predator bow with first-person viewpoint that makes it ideal for sniping. And they all come with codes. Codes can be redeemed at, of course, you got to go to their monsterenergydeathdrink.com / Assassin's Creed, and then you log in with your Ubisoft club account, because let me tell you, everybody loves that Ubisoft has a club account that you have to keep,
you got to lock into that
my
Uplay account. Get those UB points for
nothing.
some things.
Yeah, you be playing with my balls, because I don't ever use that account. But yeah, I don't like this at all. I don't like it. It makes me mad, and I just wanted to say a short thing that this is stupid. Let's not do it.
Well, unfortunately, this isn't anything new. It's like I can think of a couple games off the top of my head. It feels like every Call of Duty recently has been partnered with Mountain Dew, where you can get like double XP boosts or something. I remember Mass Effect 3 was really big into, I think it was also Pepsi products, where you could get codes for different types of items in the game. But the difference between, I guess, that and Assassin's Creed Origins is there were no like exclusive weapons or items that were hidden specific.
I mean, this is like stuff you get for pre-ordering. You know, this is what's offered at pre-order. It's like, you know, the extra animals and weapons and stuff like that. No, you've got to drink yourself into some kind of weird euphoria and hope that you get these freaking weapons, man.
Yeah, and that's
till
the
your
thing.
heart
It gives you
explodes.
the code because, and so you don't know what you're going to get until you actually redeem it. And what's not to say, like, for example, the Rainbow or whatever. What's not to say that's the ultra rare one, because that sounds like a really sweet weapon. And what if there's like a 1 in 10 chance that the code is going to give it to you? Oh crap! Well, I guess I got to go back down to the convenience store and drop another $3.95 on 24 ounces of energy drink.
Well, you got to make sure that and here's the thing, you have to make sure they are branded with this. I mean, they're not just in anything. They have to be branded with the Assassin's Creed logo on them. And it says co-branded Monster Energy 24-ounce cans in the 4-packs or 10-packs. You can't buy singles, baby. You got to buy those packs.
Wow. This is
So bend
this
over
is
and
downloadable
spread them.
content in the real world.
It really is.
This is garbage. I hate this.
I can tell you, last week I had my first ever Monster Energy drink.
Did you get a code? Because I need it.
No, but that's all I drink now.
Is it?
Yeah, I only drink Monster Energy drinks. Just constantly.
Just constantly?
Who needs health?
Yeah.
I need that Monster
Life
Energy.
is short, and it's shorter with these drinks.
Yeah, so I'm
I
good.
need sugar and caffeine in my bloodstream.
Throw healthcare to the wind. My life is all virtual anyway. I need those codes.
Need them. I mean, I'm just going to buy and pour it in the sink, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because I'm sure, as you can tell, I am not one who needs energy drinks ever, in any form or fashion, because me on energy drinks, you can ask my children, is a scary thing. They have no income. I don't even make sense on the levels that I understand. So,
Yeah, you do seem kind of hype, just as normal.
oh yeah, and I have a what they used to call back in the '80s hyper. I had a hyper disorder, and when I drink those, I lose a little bit of the control that I have built up over a lifetime. That is unlocked.
I think
unlocked
that's
potential.
I think that's called gaining superpowers.
You would think that, but I get like thoughts like Landon did when the eclipse happened. I can jump off this freaking deck. I'm gonna make it. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Duck and roll.
I did get
Duck and roll. He did. He's Mr. Glass. Landon Mr. Glass Doan. But yeah, this is not making my day, and it starts yesterday.
Okay.
So,
well,
you can
building
already
off
get those.
that with, I have something to ask you, I guess, building off real life downloadable content. Did you guys get a chance to see the story I posted in our Facebook page, Nerd News Cafe?
I did.
So the article I posted was Middle-earth: Shadows of War is one of these big titles that's yet to come out this year. It's a follow-up to the original Middle-earth, or Shadow of Mordor, Battle of Middle-earth. Really fun game, kind of came out of nowhere, and there's a lot of hype around the sequel. Unfortunately, one of the producers, Michael Forgey, I believe his name is, of Monolith, the makers of this game, passed away during the making of, and his colleagues wanted to memorialize him in game, so they created a character that will randomly show up and help your character fight off orcs. ... But it's behind a DLC paywall of $4, but $3.50 of the $4 you spend on this downloadable content will go to this deceased producer's family. So, on the one hand, I do like the fact that that almost all the money will go to the family, but I've seen a lot of people online really pissed off and saying it's in poor taste what they're doing. I'm kind of curious what you guys think.
I'm kind of torn. I feel like I really like the fact that they're like, hey, almost. I guess I'm not good with percentages. I'm not the accountant, but I would say 80% or more. $3.50 out of $3.99.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, the good majority of the money is going to 4G's family.
Yeah,
so that's
80% of the funds go to the family, but at the same time, it's like if I don't have that to give, I can't make that happen. So he's really not in the game.
I don't have a problem with it. I mean,
I don't. I
don't know why. I guess are people saying it's in poor taste just because they're taking like that small, even if it's like 10% piece of it?
They're saying it's in poor taste because it's behind DLC,
because it's behind DLC.
Yeah, and I really do think it's a lot of people on the internet that are just pissed off at anything DLC.
Yeah, they just want it for free. But it's for. I mean, I get the reason that they would do it though. They're
it's
doing
a donatable character, right? I mean,
absolutely.
There's nothing else but this character that money goes that DLC is for, right?
It's just for the character.
Is it just for the character?
It's just for the character.
Yeah.
So I really don't have a huge problem about that because I feel like there's a lot of stuff if they would break DLC up just a little bit, on certain things, and definitely something like that if you wanted to support a cause or
I like it. I actually think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I do. And the cool thing is, this producer was also a musician. So the music, this character, his weapon is a guitar that's been made into a battle axe, and the music in the trailer that introduces this character is this guy's actual music.
That's
so
awesome.
I think that's also cool. And if his music can randomly just show up when you're playing the game, and here comes badass McOrc Slayer that you paid for, I think that's awesome. I think that's a really cool way to memorialize
nice
it.
There's a couple composers that I follow that do game music. Jesper Kidd, who did most of the Assassin's Creed and Darksiders, he does really good stuff. I follow him, and I've bought kind of some of his albums and stuff. He does really good. So for a composer to get some notability in the game in general, is cool.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, whether, post-mortem or such, but...
posthumously.
Yeah. But I'll tell you this. Here's a perfect example. We talked about Madden last week. And what if there was a Remember Houston or some kind of patch you can get put on your uniform for like $2? You can add it to your team's uniform. Would you do that? Or special uniform that you do
or
in an
a
inauguration?
special Houston uniform.
Exactly. For the Texans.
For the Texans, that you could pay a couple bucks and it unlocks
and
it.
all that money or 80% of it would go to help fund relief efforts.
80, 85, yeah. Because the thing is, the portion that they keep has to do with development, right?
They have to pay the guys to do it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So,
but, I mean, 10% is nothing.
Nah.
It really isn't when it comes down to it.
Nah, it's not much.
Nah.
Nah. I think
Though I will say, to be that guy, well, actually, there are already old school Houston uniforms in Madden. You just have to use the Titans alternate uniforms.
that's not what I mean, though. I mean, like...
I know.
A
But I
special
wanted to be that guy.
uniform that somebody has designed,
Yeah.
maybe it says something about the relief, maybe it's like the 75th anniversary patches or something crazy.
Did you say 75th?
I did. 75th. Good
That was a
Lord.
good one.
70 hashtag 75th. When we hit 75th episodes, I'll let you know. So just keep it in mind.
Barney 75th.
75th. That's hilarious. I did not go there either. But yeah, so you get a special patch, a special helmet, emblem, whatever.
Something.
All of them have got it. Maybe there's a symbol on the back of the helmets for every
Yeah.
one of them. But I think
it's cool.
People would pay for that. So what's the difference?
Yeah, they could do. Yeah, I like this idea. I think it's another option, another avenue to raise money.
I like the charitable
raise
efforts
awareness.
of it. Yes, absolutely.
You don't want to make it something that's crucial to the game or critical. Like, take it or leave it. The gameplay is really not going to change, but it might be something cool to have. And it's up to you. You want to throw a couple bucks in?
People pay for cosmetic crap all
Yeah.
the time, and this isn't
They
even
really
cosmetic. This is like a straight up character that will come in and bust some heads.
Yeah.
So
It'd be
And,
cool.
and the money goes to a good place too.
exactly.
It'd be cool to use some games like Madden where you can do online tournaments and stuff. It'd be cool. It'd be cool if they did like a tournament for like charity or something where you throw in money to be put into the tournament pool, and all of that money. It's a fundraiser tournament, right?
And I'm sure they have that.
Things like that. They
that's-
probably do, but-
I can almost guarantee that they have stuff like that. I mean,
But then you get like if you're part of it, maybe you get some kind of DLC or something.
Yeah.
Like I participated in this tournament, so I have a special.
like all the COD blops, you've got your badges and stuff like
Yeah.
that, stinking badges, and then it says, participatory or you get a special emblem. It's
Yep.
like, oh, well, that guy was in that tournament and he donated. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
I think it's a good way to raise money. If I'm not going to lie, that would be more enticing, me personally, for a DLC to say, oh, by the way, this special DLC, you only get this, this, and this, but the money goes to this. I'm like, cool. That makes it easier for me to donate.
yep.
Kind of like what Humble Bundle is doing. You pay what you want for this software that they're putting up, and all the money goes to a charity that you can choose.
Yeah.
It gives a real life incentive to buy a game.
Yeah.
Great
And
idea.
plus, on top of that, this is a way to make sure that this individual's memory never goes away. As long as you have that DLC on your hard drive and your console works, that person never dies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The a post-mortem
and I think
character. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, you're always, like you said, you're always there. As long as the game exists, he is there. As long as there is trouble, he'll be there. But yeah,
I want to do the Three Amigos salute.
I wish I knew the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't.
I just thrust your crotch. You'll be all right.
Where there is injustice, you will find us.
Wherever there are people oppressed,
Yeah,
we will be there.
and then they do.
There we go. Yeah.
So I think we have stepped on the brakes long enough. Give it to
Yep,
us.
here it comes.
Give us the roast.
All right. Let me just talk frankly for a moment.
I'll be Bentley.
Let's think about the past for a second. Let's take a step into the past of our beloved Star Wars franchise.
Okay. Wait, how far back are we going? Prequels?
Let's start with Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay.
Now, I personally am not a person who hates the Ewoks, but there are plenty of people who do.
Nub.
They feel like they were the worst part of the original series.
I like the Ewoks.
I'm fine with them. I don't know that I agree that they should have really been so key in taking down the Empire, but I really don't have a problem with them. I thought Wicket was cute,
I have reasons to support that. They were basically critters.
but but I will say that when I first saw the Ewoks, I was a child, a small child,
But the child,
but a child. I was but a babe in swaddling clothes,
a wee babe.
and so I could accept them. I had no problem with them. I actually thought they were cool. I liked Wicket, thought he was cute, and I liked those like stuffed animals and stuff.
One of
So-
them said "woo-ha" before.
They do.
before
Woo-ha!
he goes, "Woo-ha!"
Buster Rhymes was
Yeah,
inspired.
before Buster Rhymes, he's like, "I really like that."
Origins of Woo-ha. Yeah, and it was all good. But let's jump forward a little bit and think about the missteps that the fans of the Star Wars original trilogy really had a problem with when the prequels came out. Why did they need to be movies for kids? The peoples that were the peoples that were fans of these
75th
movies,
75th.
the 75th people that were 75th,
75.
the 75th people that were big fans of the original trilogy, they had grown up. And while I get that inclusion of things like Jar Jar Binks stepping in poop might be funny to a small child, and
You
maybe
didn't
they're
like my jokes?
using a small baby Anakin to pull in those children, a new generation of Star Wars fans. It really ticked off the people who were fans of the series. You want to talk about fan service? That was not fan service. It was the opposite of fan service because they were trying to open up to a new audience.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of people who were very nervous when Disney bought Lucasfilm that all of a sudden we were going to embrace the cutesy because now Disney owned this property that we all loved so much. Well, then we got The Last Jedi. Then we got, not The Last Jedi, sorry. Then we
didn't
got
get
The Force
that.
Awakens.
We haven't gotten that
We
yet.
got Rogue One. And everybody's like, oh, we had no reason to be worried. Never mind. I mean, it's great. It's exciting. It's fantastic. Yeah, of course, Star Wars is always going to have its comedy kind of here and there, but they use the things like the droids for comic relief, Chewie sometimes for comic relief. Not necessarily just all out going for merchandising per se, or BB-8 maybe a little bit, but yeah, I would say he was.
BB-8 is a big merchandiser for kids
but
right now.
BB-8 is
Oh, yes.
but BB-8 is palatable.
I will say the concepts they've built around him toy-wise is really cool.
Yeah, it's like a cool technology too. You know, so BB-8's palatable. I'm starting to get very concerned about where we're headed.
Here comes the mouse.
The first thing that made me feel concerned was those shorts on YouTube. You know, Destinies of the Force or whatever that I can't even remember what it was called. Forces of Destiny.
I think it was
it's
Destiny of
Forces
the
of
Force.
Destiny.
I think a lot of people were calling it unwatchable.
because those things are definitely aimed at a target audience, and it's not me. Well,
You did get Rebels, though.
Rebels, yeah, but Rebels is still kind of for a younger audience. Rebels is good.
And
Rebels-
wasn't Rebels kind of already in motion before Disney came aboard?
I can't remember, but
it
I
launched on Disney XD. I think it was.
It's still them producing a Star Wars property.
Yeah. Well, as we were kind of leading into Force Friday, you know, there's some things that started leaking last winter, and like some footage from The Last Jedi, some pictures, different things like that. And all of a sudden, we're seeing these little. I don't know how you would describe the way they look. They look like crosses with like an owl and a Furby. Mm-hmm. And when I first...
an Albie?
I really kind of just wanted to...
Or a foul.
I wanted to ignore it because I was like, oh, God, please don't really be something that's happening.
Oh, it's
Like,
time for you to get this.
like I really wanted to just I wanted to cross my fingers and be like, this isn't real. This is not real. This isn't really happening. As we kind of led into Force Friday, it became very obvious that the Porgs are here and they're here to stay.
Yes, they are.
So I'm very concerned by this, and I think legitimately so, because apparently they're going to have kind of a big role in this new movie. I guess Rey and Rey has gone to I think it's like Act 2 or something, Act 2, the island where Luke has been kind of isolated and basically meditating and trying to connect with the Force. Rey finds him there, and that's where she begins her training. I guess this is where these things are from, and it sounds like we're going to get a lot of them. And it to me, it looks like nothing but a reach to get like the younger audience, to add this cute factor, to get the aw and merchandising. And oh my God, I'm so concerned now that it's going to really put for me, like a dark cloud over this new movie.
So, as I have no knowledge other than when I just looked these things up.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah, here's a schematic. And the babies are called porglets.
they look like hamsters with wings. So, and I feel like the hamster dance should be on while I'm seeing her looking at them.
See, I was thinking more like penguins with owls.
Ooh, true. Or seals.
Well, they were inspired by puffins, apparently.
puffins.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, have they told have they really given you anything about what they're about or what they're doing or is there anything?
So here we have an article from Polygon that was written on August 10th by Thomas Beery.
Beery.
Porg Facts 101. Polygon first speculated on the Porgs in July after spotting a few in Lucasfilm's behind-the-scenes video for The Last Jedi released during Comic-Con. Images and descriptions of the new features have been popping up on fan sites as early as late December, but it wasn't until July that Lucasfilms officially unveiled the Porgs. In an interview with official Star Wars website, Pablo Hidalgo of Lucasfilm Story Group let out a few fun facts. Yeah, Hidalgo. In addition to their appearance, the Porgs have a lot of avian qualities to their habits. They can fly, they can build nests, and they're highly curious. If their wide, piercing eyes haven't already won you over with cuteness, you should know that a baby Porg is called a Porglet. But don't let their exterior fool you. Porgs can snap if provoked, and they have razor-sharp teeth.
Run away!
Which is even more concerning because it sounds like that means at some point they're probably going to get involved in a fight.
Okay, let me throw out some positives. Let me try to make anything positive out of this.
There's nothing. There's no positive.
Would it be fun if it was a running gag?
No, don't want it.
You wouldn't
Look at him. This picture has a Porg sitting wide-eyed,
That looks-
almost as a
God.
co-pilot to Chewbacca in the Millennium
That kind
Falcon.
of looks photoshopped to me. It doesn't look real to me.
That's for real. That's
Wow. And by the way, that right there is going to be a massive hit when they introduce the Porg that will sit on your dashboard, so you can recreate this scene and pretend your car is the Millennium Falcon.
right.
Well, just
totally
like the
coming.
Millennium Falcon, mine doesn't always start. So, so this would work nicely. No, okay. What if they threw them like grenades? And like they just had like a big ball and they threw it out and it smashed open and they just like everywhere like piranhas, like flying piranhas.
Oh my gosh. So here's another thing in the article. Lucasfilm also confirmed a children's book in the works, Chewie and the Porgs. The cover shows the furry Wookiee walking with a makeshift fishing rod while being followed by a murder of Porgs.
Well, of
called
course,
a murder.
Of course, they're called a murder of porgs.
Fantastic.
I thought it said chewing on the porgs, but I wasn't sure.
And Chewie, the toy.
I knew that was
the
going to
Last
happen.
Jedi toy of Chewie comes with a Porg.
You know, do you think that the animators who did Happy Feet were really scorned and they're like, look, guys, we're going to give you another chance, but you got to do better than you did. And this is what they came out with. And they're like, this is literally Happy Feet. And they're like, well, that's all we draw is penguins.
Though I do want to say Chewie and the Porgs' first album rocked.
We're really chewing up the atmosphere. Yeah, that was my favorite. Wow, that looks like an old porg.
Well, that was a fan-made Porg.
Fan-made
I thought that was
one.
a Geritol porg.
So I just got to tell you guys, this really it's like a big warning sign to me.
This series of movies.
We're about to go down a rabbit hole that I don't want, or a Porg hole that I don't want to go.
Porg, God. I was kind of neutral on them. I rolled my eyes at them. It's like, okay, another cutesy thing from Star Wars. But after hearing you say that they're supposed to play an important part in the story, I'm starting to get all sorts of red flags like you are, Jay. This does not make me feel good. And plus, it's like they're saying, oh, yeah, we're introducing the Porgs to go after the young audience. Shouldn't the young audience already be enthralled with Star Wars? I mean, it's about space wizards using lightning swords and a big giant dog that shoots a crossbow. That has kids written all over it.
To support your cause here, I felt like BB-8 was the answer for that.
Yeah.
And should have
That's what
remained.
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
seriously. With BB-8 right there, that's your merchandise cow. That's your cash cow.
And in a real world where we're exploring AI and robots and things of that nature, it's a supportive, good feeling character for kids because, I mean, I know I'm going to live in a robot world here soon. I don't know about Jay, but we will never have fat guinea pig winged things in our real world. So this is like you said, sad Furbies. And I don't like it either. This is your Jar Jar. This series
that's
Jar
what I'm
Jar.
worried.
Yeah,
That's
that
what I'm
thought
worried
had
Jar
crept
Jar
into my
and
mind.
now Porgs. It's like they have to do it. They're like, guys, we're really rolling at 100% here. How do we get to 75%? How do we do that?
How do we undo all of the goodwill that we've built up since buying this property?
The problem with stuff like this is they've never been talked about. This has never been brought up.
Well,
It's like forcing canon.
Well,
I hate forcing
I mean,
canon.
they introduce, this is a new planet we've never seen before, and so it's within
Is it?
reason to believe that they have species that we're unaware of. What's a duck? But anyway,
I shall call you Bill.
yeah. So that I don't have a problem with that, and in fact, if they wanted them to be like even in the background, like I would be
Scattering
okay.
around, like they're like having to
they're
walk
a-
around them. That's why I said a running gag.
Like
it's like
Ray kicks one off a cliff,
yeah, every time you sit down, it's like,
that'd
it's like,
be fun.
oh Jesus, and
You
then
know,
they have to move them out.
something like that. But the
Cuts
fact
one in half with a lightsaber accidentally or something.
we already have our faithful companion. That's BB-8. That's it.
Do you think their main predator is Randy Johnson as he obliterated a pigeon with a baseball? I just wonder if like the Porgs are like, oh, Randy Johnson. Or, I don't know how they would talk, and that was racist.
That sounded like the Trade Federation. you bloody
Yeah,
racist.
make me racist.
I don't know why I go to the Trade Federation talk because I feel like their voices were the most ridiculous.
They really were.
They were the most ridiculous. I don't know what these things would sound like. They probably just make noises.
They have so one of the toys you can get is one that's like it is like a Furby. It's electronic and it makes
Yeah.
noises and it
Probably makes chirping and stupid.
it's weird
noises,
noises.
right?
Clicking.
Yeah.
So, are you saying I can't buy one for UA?
Oh, she would destroy it and that'd be fine.
You'd be okay with that? Done.
I guess of course I'm still excited about The Last Jedi, but this to me is just a red flag.
A deterrent.
Something could go wrong here. Please
Okay.
please don't be as central as it feels like they're going to be. Like
Okay.
always around.
Hey, maybe if they are around, maybe they just get kicked out of the way and stuff. Like I said, they constantly sit down. And it's like, "Grr!" It's like,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, and they
I
kind
don't
of
want
move out
that
of the way.
either.
I'm
I
okay
really
with
don't want
that.
that either.
Just on that planet, just they're an infestation, as it were. What if they took this and after this, it's just Cartoonville with this crap, kind of like Madagascar's penguins or whatever else they do with that crap currently, and then you never see it after this. Because I mean, this can affect the Solo movie.
Yeah.
This can affect.
I mean, spoiler alert, I did hear the latest rumor is that Snoke is just 10 porgs all dressed up in a robe standing on each other's
I
heads.
knew it, son of a.
That makes sense to me. Though I will say this: so the rumor fest here. So evidently he has a ring with a kyber crystal. Is that the rumor that you've read, seen, or heard?
Snoke?
Yes,
I haven't heard that one.
that's what
I've been trying
heard.
to avoid some of this stuff.
I don't blame you, but I personally don't care. So if it was Star Trek, I would care. This I do not.
Yeah.
So the first person I thought of when they said he had a kyber crystal ring or something. And
Spaceballs?
No, better. Look up Flash Gordon. I think it's the 70s version, Emperor Ming.
Okay.
He's bald-headed. He's got kind of a little scar, and he's got a ring that he controls everything with. And I'm like,
They
Snoke
were
is Emperor
inspired by
Ming.
Flash Gordon.
Emperor Ming.
That makes sense, actually, because George Lucas was, that's one of his biggest influences in making Star Wars originally, like the whole serial nature of Flash Gordon. He was a
Oh.
big Flash Gordon fan.
Well, that would make sense.
So-
But he didn't make up Snoke, I don't think.
No, I wouldn't say he made up Snoke, but I'm just saying the fact that the people that were involved
True.
would do that would make sense because it would be true to his original kind of vision.
I don't know. I thought that was interesting, and I just wanted to make fun of it. So, I did.
Yeah. I actually buy into that connection, but just because you said it's a Flash
Yeah.
Gordon thing, that's probably true.
Yeah, look up Emperor Ming if you guys ever get a chance. Flash Gordon. I think it's like the 70s
Yeah.
version of it. He has a big flashy red ring, and he's bald-headed. So, and it's kind of racist, too. Sorry.
So I kind of feel like I'd like to know how our people are feeling about this. I think we should
Probably the
use
same
this
as
for
you.
our poll. And we could give 3 options.
Pog or no Pog?
Excited about Porg? Yeah, Pog.
sorry.
Yeah, I played Porgs back in middle school.
Sorry. I'll drop some letters off of it. Made me feel better about it. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I had a massive slammer. It would just wreck.
Do you even Porg, dude?
Porg, the other white meat.
Oh, yes. I would like to see some of them get cut in half with a lightsaber. I know that sounds awful, but it'd be like, whoop.
Lightsaber practice. Instead, they don't have those.
They don't have the floaty ball?
The floaty ball. So Luke just lobs Porgs at Ray.
and they're like, nah, 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 with their little sharp teeth, and she's like, oh, God.
She's got a blindfold
yeah,
on.
she's just cutting them
They're
down.
biting her ankles. I'd be fine with that.
See, that they
That'd
have
work.
a use.
Yeah.
I still think they need pork grenades.
Yeah. But I do suggest, I think what we ought to do is make this our poll for this week.
Sure.
Are porgs making you nervous? Like, are you excited about the porgs? They make you feel nervous, or, no porgs at all?
You're pork indifferent.
Anti-porg.
Pork indifferent.
So we can build it around that. Will that work? You guys down with
I
that?
like it.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with it.
I just want to know if other people are feeling the same
Are
kind
you
of concern.
porging?
Porging. Porgans?
I be porging on the left. Oh, sorry. That's not how that song goes.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know.
I love the way
I'm in a
they
funk.
attach him to Chewie, though. That's just so stupid. I just feel like it's like, oh, we have this cute, cuddly character. Let's attach another cute, cuddly character to it. Even though Chewie can rip your
Chewie's
arms
not
off.
cuddly. Yeah.
Yeah, he can rip your arms off.
I mean, you might want to get a big hug from Chewie.
He
but
does hug people.
He's a hugger. Yeah, he's a hugger. But he's not, like, you don't want to snuggle with Chewie, per se.
How do you know?
I don't.
I mean, you get him some lovely
You'd have all that
locks.
hair in your mouth.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Lovely Lock shampoo. It'd be like sleeping on like a bearskin blanket.
All right.
I mean, one that could rip your arms off. But
Well, let's talk about our...
let's talk. Oh,
No.
sorry.
We're going to talk about our poll from last week. So, the No Pants poll we put out was based on the comic book events. Kind
We
of,
did.
we were talking about how are people feeling about them? Are they still into them? Are they getting tired of them?
It went as expected.
Yeah. Overwhelmingly depends on the story. 43% of the vote. 14 love them, 14 hate them, 14%, and then 29% are feeling some fatigue. So, I think that I would say about half of the people, they're kind of like, well, it depends on the story. So, kind of fall into the Landon category. That makes sense. I'm probably in that box too. If I really had to pick one of the four.
Yeah, it's all story. I'm the same.
Yeah. Like I was down with the Weapons of Mutant Destruction. I like the Venomverse one. That's kind of fun. Edge
It's
of Venomverse.
goofy.
Yeah. But I couldn't really get into the Secret Empire one. So that's why I was letting Landon handle that one for us. It just for me was a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what. For me, it was almost like too alternative or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what it was that kind of turned
It's
me
too
off
much.
about that one. But yeah. Let's see how many candidates we have for the free e-comic book. Just a couple. All right. So we got a 50-50 one here between Greg Cripps and Thomas Walker.
Oh,
So
face off.
it is a face-off. I'm not asking Bixby to flip a coin today.
Why not?
Because I'm tired of dealing with Bixby. I don't trust Bixby. She's not fun to work with. She's like
Has an attitude.
she has an attitude. I kind of feel like
I don't think she's going to make it to her 90-day review.
she's the porg in my life.
She's the Porg. God, if you could change her name to Porg. Hi, Porg. Hello. Keep
All right.
goop goop.
So I say let's make Greg will be heads,
'Kay.
and Thomas will be tails.
Okay.
And I'm just going to ask Google to flip a
A
coin.
Groogle.
Yeah, flip a coin. It's flipping right now, and the winner is it's heads. That means Mr. Greg Cripps is the winner of the e-comic. And this week did we promise one, or I don't think we did. I don't think
Not
we
promised.
Yeah, I don't think we had one in mind. So, I want to give away Hulk number 8 because the additional one it comes with is the Hulk deconstructed graphic novel that has like the first. I think it's like the first set of the new Hulk series. So it's the first
Oh,
4
cool.
or 5.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so,
like a premium win.
yeah, so I think that'll be a good one. I thought that would be a nice giveaway. So it give you a little taste of this new Hulk story, which I'm really enjoying. So give it a shot. Tell us what you think, Greg. Love to hear your opinion on it. Next week, maybe we'll do a little Secret Empire giveaway.
What?
Because I think
Maybe, possibly.
yeah, maybe the finale. We give away the finale. It's where we talking about it anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, see?
Don't know if it'll be the finale, but we can definitely give
Yeah, so-
give a Secret Empire away.
Okay.
So that would require to, I don't know, maybe vote,
Yeah, vote,
follow,
follow,
and retweet.
Gotta retweet.
the actual poll.
Yep.
All three.
Not Landon's tweets about what he ate or where he's been or his opinions of college football. You have to retweet the actual poll. So,
Landon, do you have opinions about college football?
No,
Okay, I didn't
I'm
think
really not that opinionated when it just comes down to it.
That's what I've always said about you. You're just kind of right down the middle. You're like,
yeah, love
Yep,
it, leave it.
just very quiet, along for the ride.
So you can do that at nerd_news_cafe. And then if you guys want to voice your opinion more than 146 characters, you can do that at the Facebook page, Nerd News Cafe. Or you can go and you can hit up the forums at nerdnewscafe.com. You can jump on there, register a little account, and then you can write horrible, horrible things about us or people you know. No, just kidding. You can talk to us about the show, things that we didn't cover, things you wish we cover, things that we have covered in the past that we talked about that were wrong or right. It doesn't matter. So that about covers all the places that you can
wish a murder of porgs upon us.
well, I was going to say touch us in a place that we appreciate.
Weird.
But definitely murder porgs. Or send us your hate porg or love porg stories. Fan fiction is appreciated. But remember, all fan fiction goes to Atlantos.
If there isn't already this site, we should probably snatch it up and then hold it for ransom until somebody really needs it. We need to buy up porghub.com.
Porghub? Oh my god.
God.
Oh my god, yes.
I'm terrified to even put that in my browser to find out if that's
Do it. Do it right now.
All right, I will.
I can almost bet that in your will, your living will, it says blast my cash, bro.
I do believe it's it's already owned by somebody.
Oh crap!
It's available for sale. They do let us know. So
Well, that's what we would have been doing. Good job,
That's
guys.
right. Good job.
somebody beat us to the punch.
It's okay.
Jay, got anything?
No, I'm done.
Do you-
I'm emotionally drained today.
Do you?
Well, after you bringing it to the table, I understand. So for Porg apologist Justin Krutzinger and Matt Weaver, my name is Landon Dunn. We thank you for joining us on another edition of Nerd News Cafe. Stir it up. You've been Nerd News. We've been great. Good night.